You are listening to a Dynamic Works Productions podcast. This show is available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio Network, and many, many more podcast services around the world. You can find all our content, music, videos, books, podcasts, and more on our website, www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Have questions, comments, or concerns for us? Head on over to the social tab on www.dynamicworksproductions.com if you'd like to talk to us. Now, on with the show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Fork in Your Ear podcast. I'm your host, as always, author, podcaster, and gamer, Tim K. Trotter. Joining me in the hot seat, because I can feel his fucking thigh. It's fucking that warm, spicy,
freshly showered too.
Mexican, pinto
Excellent
bean. I can't think of any other things. I live with a bunch of Mexicans.
Yes, he does.
The one, the only, Brock Loomis.
Hello.
You might have noticed we didn't do a show last week. We didn't do a show last week because we didn't do a show. We didn't do a show last week because I don't think anybody felt like it, and B, that sound quality of our return episode was fucking ass. So I have both I don't even know what you call it. I have it's like a foldy thing that's got like the pyramid shaped sound deadening.
It's like egg carton almost.
Yeah, but like foamier.
I mean, what I think it looks like probably a step above what most people use in their garages to record their fucking first song.
I saw like a bunch of different ones on Amazon, and actually shout out to Nate Fu, who I guess had like a brother-in-law or cousin or something, and was like, hey, he uses this, and it's pretty good for cutting out echoes. And I was like, sweet, that is inexpensive. And so I got a similar one on Amazon, $38. So hopefully this does it for y'all until such time as more improvements can be made. But we got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, just fucking everything in the world is going on in the entertainment industry.
Tons.
Like just some highlights.
Spider-Man is dead.
So Sony and Disney have fought and supposedly concluded their fighting, and Sony has now removed Tom Holland's Spider-Man from the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward, which is bananas. And we've heard every kind of different
back and forth
and or real or not real
about both companies.
So some folks are saying Disney was like, yo, we're getting ready to renew our contract with you. We want 50% of the profits, and we're going to 50% produce the next Spider-Man films because y'all have been fucking mooching off of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's good graces with Infinity War and Endgame and Civil War, just bolstering. Far From Home did, I think, like $500 million or something like that. Like, not crazy. Like, it wasn't actually it wasn't actually more money than The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think that made like $700 or $800 million
opening weekend or
overall total thing. It actually made like a couple $100 million less, but Far From Home, which just came out in July, has made like $1.25 billion.
Yeah.
And like Sony was like, "Hey, we got this big dick swinging player here."
No, they don't.
And so Sony has done what they've always done, which has gotten too cocky, which is really par for the course for Sony.
It really is.
And then Disney wanting more, love them or hate them, they're a giant corporation that owns almost everything you love.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to play ball with them eventually.
Well, it's funny. I saw a meme on Reddit, and it was the scene between Rocket and Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How much for Spider-Man?" And he's like, "Not for sale." And he's like, "Oh, okay. How much for Sony?" And it's just like,
I mean, I'm gonna get that Sony.
I mean, and technically, yeah, Disney, if they really wanted to, and they probably will just be like, "Okay, we're gonna buy out Sony's entertainment division. Fuck off." If they're really if they want Spider-Man that bad, I would imagine that probably happening in the next couple years. But unfortunately, until then, Spider-Man is basically dead. And I have a feeling that they're either the next movie with Nick Cage and or not Nick Cage, fucking Samuel Jackson.
Nick Cage.
Nick Fury.
The Spider-Man.
Samuel motherfucking Jackson.
Nick Fury is white again, and it's Nick Cage.
Yeah. I have a feeling like the next movie is like, I remember going to London, but I don't remember anything else after that. And then it's just, they're gonna completely blow over the fact that they went to London, produced an entire movie, and fucking had all these fairly...
Spider-Man fought in an intergalactic universal war.
Interdimensional?
Intergalactic?
Galactic means like in our current dimension in space and universe. Interdimensional?
Extra galactic?
No, extra dimensional?
I mean, there wasn't multiverses in it.
Oh, there wasn't.
But I mean, universe. That's everything. So
that's everything within our realm of understanding, not like...
No. I'm saying, but within Marvel.
Yes. Okay, within Marvel's universe.
It was the Marvel Cinematic Universe's universe that he helped stop Thanos from fucking more.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Far From Home.
Oh. Wait, what about Far From Home?
That they're just going to complete... They're either going to just like...
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have these fairly integral characters. They're going to be like, yes, London never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, wink.
So, have you ever seen, I think Screen Rant does its bad pitch meetings?
Oh, yes, I have.
So they put one out like a day after like all this shit broke down. And I gotta say, it was pretty fucking hilarious. In fact, it's so hilarious. I'm just gonna fucking play it. I'm just gonna play
How long is it?
Like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we got a ton of stuff to get through.
Yeah, but it's funny. Okay. And it summarizes the points between the companies.
Okay, well.
So, doing it on my Apple TV here. So, Spider-Man MCU bad pitch. Bad pitch. Wow. Maybe I just go bad pitch. Bad pitch meeting. Yeah, this is not finding. Why is this so fucking hard?
It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what that is about. Anyways, it was funny. Go look it up. I'm failing terribly here.
Like he always does.
Classic. So I guess Marvel wasn't willing to budge / Disney on, like, hey, we've been doing you a fucking favor. Like,
which they have.
Yes, we're happy to have fucking Spider-Man in our universe.
Yep.
But like, y'all got Iron Man in your movie, and you got Jon Favreau, you got Nick Fury, you got Kobe Smulders, you got like all this good grace from our colossal box office success.
Yes.
And so crazy details have been leaking out about the contracts and specific of contracts. So apparently, prior to this fallout, Disney would pay for the marketing for the solo Spider-Man MCU Sony movies, and they'd only get 5% of the first weekend's gross,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably pretty low.
Yeah.
Marvel owns the Spider-Man merchandise uh, license outright. So any of the toys, banners, any of that stuff, Sony doesn't see a dime from that because
Yeah.
Marvel's always owned that shit. Um, in exchange, Marvel gets to use Spider-Man in the MCU whenever they want, and um, then they also have some unknown level of creative collaboration, script, and story direction control,
Which is
important for the MCU as a whole.
Yeah, it's important, and it's probably what made Spider-Man so great.
Agreed, because if there's one thing, barring maybe like the first couple of years of the original Stanley Silver Age comics, like he's like every like other frame, like he's swinging by Daredevil, and
Yeah.
X-Men are over here, just like he's swinging in, like, oh, I was trying to put my Spider-Man suit on, I'm late, and they're like, you're late, we already mopped up the bad guy.
Yeah, the entirety of the Defenders.
Terrible Peter Parker, and he's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna go try to maintain a job.
And get an education.
Yeah, and so now Sony has pulled that. So what that means is potentially Tom Holland is still Spider-Man, but literally everything that's connected to the MCU, which maybe might be a brilliant stroke on Kevin Feige's part with these last two solo Spider-Man films that are really heavily intertwined. Homecoming had fucking Stark and Avengers Tower and Chitauri Tech.
Yep.
And it was so integral to Vulture's setup and the Tinker and all of these things, and of course Happy Hogan in there riding shotgun, like very integrated.
Lots of universe building for the Spider-Man character.
Yeah, and
integration.
And Far From Home actually takes that and like ratchets it up like 90%.
Mm-hmm.
Without giving any spoilers, because the movie did come out like a month ago. Like it's even further integrated because like the whole movie deals with the aftermath of everything that happened at the end of Avengers Endgame, in a very extremely literal upfront, like this is what happened, this is the fallout of the final battle with
Thanos and the Black
Thanos and Black Order and everything that's changed in the world in the MCU world as you know it, and so the the bad pitch meeting actually put it best in the final thing of like, well, we've pulled the rights back, all right, writers, get working on Spider-Man 3, and then he's like, okay, so Spider-Man 3 opens up with Spider-Man and Nick Fury, and then like an executive is like, nope, can't use Nick Fury, that's MCU.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he gets a call from Happy Hogan. Nope, Happy Hogan's MCU, can't use it. It's like, okay, well, he's fixing his Stark suit. Nope, can't use it, that's MCU. And and then they're like, well, shit. I'm gonna need some more time to work on the script.
Yeah, and
basically.
And per the contract that was supposedly leaked, whether it's Tom Holland's real contract, they supposedly have 2 more movies planned.
Yeah.
For Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Now, whether that actually happens is honestly, it's probably not going to happen. At least not the way Spider-Man fans want.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be
one of two things are going to happen. Either Sony's going to have the fucking balls to just recast Spider-Man and just do a whole nother thing again, which they've already done twice now.
Yeah.
Or we're going to see just like it to completely ignore everything about the MCU. It'll start with him probably with a different suit, and Avengers Tower will just be gone from the fucking skyline in New York, and literally no mention whatsoever anything else going on.
Which would be really hard because, again, a lot of Peter's character is built upon Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like, Iron Man helped turn Peter Parker into this, like, goofy, like, ski mask wearing kid into, like, proper Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. With his help, guidance, avenging, mentoring.
The suit, everything.
Yeah. I mean, literally pretty much, without spoilers for Far From Home, prior to Far From Home, he had his web shooters and he had his natural abilities.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much fucking it. And Far From Home really, really genuinely sets up not just Spider-Man being on his own, but that he's like a replacement for the heart of the MCU. Yeah. Anyways, so going into details about what's going on with this whole thing is, so Sony flat refused. They pulled the property. According to leaked, maybe real and not real, of the terms of the contract with Tom Holland, he's contracted for like 5 MCU appearances and then like 4 solo Spider-Man films, with a back end option for the 2, which would be from this point on the next 2 solo Spider-Man films, with an option for him to just not do them if he doesn't feel like it. And the rumors going about that was because whoever his agent was a really fucking smart guy, because I mean, he's been playing Spider-Man since he was like fucking 15, 16 in real life. It's like, hey, you may not want to do this forever. Let's give you an out.
Yeah.
After you've, put in some significant time. So the rumors flying about that make it a little more credible is Tom Holland on Instagram and Twitter has unfollowed Sony Studios. Yesterday, he posted a picture of him and Robert Downey Jr. on like some sort of nature walk somewhere in California.
I believe it.
And they were just like, he said something like, "We did it, Mr. Stark." And then and then just today, because I don't know if you know this, but Disney's huge expo is going on.
Yeah, D23.
D23, which we'll get into because there's a fuck ton of stuff about that.
Yo.
It's going on as we record. This is Saturday. He spoke publicly about the MCU thing at D23, which makes it really awkward for Disney because like they pulled this shit on Monday, Sony did, and like D23's banners has like all the Marvel people, including Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's like front and fucking center, and now it's like, I mean, do they even have permission to use the banners now? Like, what the fuck? How does that even work? And so Tom Holland said today, this has been a really trying week, and whatever happens, I love you all 3000. And like just very PR-y. That's probably all he's allowed to say at this point. And Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, in real life, has actually started a Twitter campaign of hashtag Save Spidey.
Yeah.
And was like, what the hell, Sony? Ryan Reynolds has stepped in on the train and was just like, so the plot of Deadpool 3 is me breaking into the Sony lot and rescuing Tom Holland's Spider-Man back to the MCU.
Yeah.
And he's like, but you can only see that movie in my heart.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, that's classic Ryan Reynolds. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. People on both sides of the fence, Disney and Sony. Some people are pissed at Disney for demanding 50-50. Some people are pissed at that Sony just was arrogant and pulled because they technically have more movies on their contract with Disney.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's going to be some money reprisals from that. And then going further down the rabbit hole, so last Friday, Sony bought Insomniac Games, who made a Spider-Man PS4 game, which has sold something crazy like 23 million copies or something.
Yeah, a ridiculous amount of.
And it's an exclusive to one platform game. Like you can only get it on Sony's PlayStation. So the reason that is awkward is, so Sony bought Insomniac, who was an independent. Marvel contracted Insomniac to do Spider-Man, or Marvel Games contracted Insomniac to do Spider-Man, and it just so happens that Sony paid a bunch of money to have it exclusively on their platform, and they put up some money for it. However, Marvel owns all the video game rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, it's been a year and a half since that Spider-Man game came out, and did gangbusters, so I'm sure they were probably deep into pre-production on a Spider-Man 2, probably for like a PlayStation 5 like
Yeah.
launch title. I would imagine if Disney was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's not happening."
Yeah.
Like, and like Disney could go one step further and be like, "Oh, Disney Plus that's been announced for PlayStation, nah, canceled."
Yeah.
They don't have to do any of those things. I mean, I don't know. I don't pretend to be like a contract expert or anything, but I'm just saying, like, Disney is the fucking Thanos in the room with the Infinity Gauntlet. They can do whatever the fuck they want, including not make Spider-Man movies or make a deal with Sony.
Well, on top of that, so they own, like you said, all the merchandising.
Yeah.
If Sony wanted to put out another
Yep.
Spider-Man, Disney doesn't have to make any fucking Spider-Man toys for that movie, which
Yep.
is a huge driving factor in, you know, kids and comic book driven. Like the whole reason Power Rangers, the newest one, was considered a success was because the toy sales from and was like literally what they made their money on, not the movie itself, the toy sales. So if Disney, i.e., Marvel, whoever they have to do, they'd be like, yeah, we're not going to put out any toys for your Spider-Man movies. We'll do them for the Marvel comic book uh, ethos, but no movies, like no movie toys, no franchising for
Well, but I'm
like
just saying,
anything
so
like that.
merchandise. So
But that's
Sony couldn't make like fucking
they couldn't make.
themed movie popcorn buckets at
Nope.
theaters. Like they couldn't do any of that. All
Nope.
they could do is they could advertise their movie with ads.
Yep.
That's it, which would be crazy.
And imagine, and like on top of that, I can't imagine what Disney like budgeted for advertising for Spider-Man.
Well, and that's the other thing. Okay, so
Ton.
so looking at the details that are very well known. So Disney gets 5% of the first weekend total profits of a solo Spider-Man film. They have to put in production time for story elements and whatever the hell goes on behind the scenes there, and then they produce all of the marketing material and all of the merchandise.
Plus whatever creative stuff that they put into it too.
Yes, so so that movie's made like $1.25 billion right now. So obviously, Marvel only saw a fucking pittance of that,
Plus what they spent on marketing for it.
and probably at least a couple $100 million on marketing, because the marketing campaign for Far From Home is way bigger than Homecoming, which I was very surprised by, because I was like, okay, I get it, Spider-Man's big, but like, I mean, right after Endgame, I was like, holy shit, the marketing for this movie is fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
So the other bits and details that are very interesting about this is apparently Sony and Marvel had an agreement to make some live action Spider-Man TV shows.
Should have been awesome.
Which were going to be done by the Phil Lord Miller dude who did Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, nice.
Marvel owns all the TV rights, so those are dead.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a really crazy, complicated deal. The other thing that's crazy is, so both companies are right in their own way. I'm in agreement that as a fan, I want them in the MCU. Whatever that takes, I don't care. But from like a Sony financial view, it's like, okay, it's made them over $1 billion. That's great for their pocketbooks for a Sony entertainment or Sony movie productions,
Which
whatever,
Sony has,
whatever it's called.
Sony has been notorious for
sucked.
making not good movies. Like like they're entertaining movies, but they are not like change the foundation of like movie making or anything.
They're not Endgame.
Yeah,
or Pirates of the Caribbean.
They're not anything
even before the Fox purchase. They're not Avatar.
Yeah. Or God forbid, they weren't the first couple X-Men movies, which were huge fucking things.
Mm-hmm.
The first two movies led the charge to like get big name actors to do comic book movies, essentially. And they did really well. And who led those movies? Kevin Feige. Well, he didn't lead them. He was a part of their production. Was Kevin Feige.
Speaking of Kevin Feige, so it's recently come out that Kevin Feige, who's of course the mastermind behind the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's fucking god besides Bob Iger over at Disney.
Yeah.
Um, and his direction and his creative input has led to just a resounding run of home runs, like unprecedented in the movie industry, in entertainment, really.
I mean, I don't think there's been a Marvel movie that was in the MCU that has probably gotten below a 65% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was probably Thor: The Dark World. A lot of people shit on that one.
Really? I liked it.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'll have to look that up.
I
But
don't think it was bad.
But that's the point. It's like
that one's typically pointed out as like
really?
the shittest point.
Oh man.
From a plot thing, and then Iron Man 2 is usually pointed out as like pretty shit creatively. Even though I've gone back and saw it recently, it's not as bad.
I didn't think it was bad.
Remember, definitely not as good as 1.
No,
but
not at all.
Then again, 1 was so good.
Yeah.
Anyways, getting off topic here. So, details have come out that apparently Kevin Feige has been a secret behind-the-scenes producer, putting creative input and moving some things behind the scenes because A, Sony wanted him to, and B, he's a huge Spider-Man fan at heart. He has had apparently a hidden, uncredited hand in every single Spider-Man movie since the very first Spider-Man one with Tobey Maguire.
Really?
He's apparently, he did something on Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1, 2. Apparently, he was in the editing room on Venom.
Okay.
Which I kind of believe. Probably Sony was like, hey, Venom's not great. Any points in the editing would be fantastic.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Save us.
No, seriously, dude. Like,
I totally agree.
We should fucking do a fucking fork where you're watching that movie just so you can see, like, you can see them, like, shift genres as it goes along.
It's
like,
terrible.
It's fucking, yeah.
And Venom's like one of my favorite anti-hero villains. Like, he's...
And Venom himself, symbiote,
yes,
is good. Everything else around in that movie is terrible. I mean, Tom Hardy's acting is not terrible, but he's just doing...
Tom Hardy?
He's working with what he's got for a script. I feel for the guy because I know he's a way better actor.
Yeah, he's an awesome
than
actor.
The lines that he had to say in that movie. So apparently, Sony's official statement on the breakup was Sony and Marvel were unable to really reach an agreement to extend our original contract. We vied to just extend our contract with Marvel and keep things samesies moving forward. Marvel was unwilling to accept that. They offered a counter proposal. We denied that. We have decided to part ways. Our contract with them has officially ended on August 20th. It was like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man will not be moving forward with Disney. And then Sony, like a fucking petulant child, was like, part of the contention, and this was in their official PR statement, part of their contention was that they were vying for more, production time from Kevin Feige on the next Spider-Man films.
Oh, God.
And they were saying that Kevin Feige was unable to do more time because Disney had overloaded his plate with the recent acquisitions of Fantastic Four and X-Men. And they specifically singled that out as why they were breaking up.
That's so dumb.
And I'm just like, there's no way in hell that Kevin Feige, who has professed on camera Spider-Man, he's like, we had to do with what we had for Iron Man and Cap and bring them up to where they are. He's like, but if you go on to Captain America Civil War special features right now, Kevin Feige states, I love Spider-Man, and everybody knows Spider-Man's at the top of that pyramid for Marvel. And so it's like, it's unfathomable that a dude, super producer like that, couldn't fucking find the time.
Wouldn't find the time.
Yeah, or wouldn't fucking find the time. And who knows? I mean, who knows? Like, maybe the dude's overwork. I don't know. He seems pretty calm, cool, and collected. I don't know what his fucking regimen is. Like, I don't know how hard... I don't know if that dude, like...
Yeah.
Has no kids and is just there until he fucking dies on his keyboard or something. I don't know.
Well, have you watched the Chef Show with what's his
Favreau?
Happy? Yeah, with Favreau.
No, I keep meaning to.
Okay, there's an
It keeps going in and out on my thing. I'm gonna add it. It's on Netflix, right?
yeah.
I'm
So
gonna add
there's
it
an
on Netflix.
episode where Favreau, Holland, Robert Downey Jr., Kevin Feige, and then a bunch of the other producers all sit down at the table and they discuss about like how Feige was like
Chef.
given this impossible task of like bringing a cohesive universe together. And Holland was talking about his experiences, and it was really really cool. And he did not he seemed like he didn't consider it work. The way he talked, it was like, you know what, I'm doing this because I fucking love it. I'm gonna make as much time as I can. And it's just like, to add to the point where I think Sony made a big mistake to even try and call out Kevin Feige for not having enough
Yeah,
time. It's
that's
like,
ridiculous.
are you five?
Yeah.
Like,
So, people online and Reddit and stuff were pointing the hand at the Sony producer Amy Pascal, who was a casting director back in the Spider-Man days, and then elevated herself. She moved away from Sony, and then she was an executive producer, and then she was an executive producer for Sony under her own corporation for the Spider-Man films because Sony felt they couldn't do the Spider-Man films without her because of what she did for the Tobey Maguire and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man,
okay,
making those successes. And she's known.
were they though?
And I'm just saying, this is what happened.
Were they though?
She's known for being really weirdly eccentric and like kind of crazy, but she has a long history of movies that are good. Now, people, I'm finding out this recently, people wrongly thought that it was because she was throwing her weight around and like fighting with Feige, because apparently where it met was like her and Feige. Like they were the meeting point between Marvel and Sony. And people were thinking that she was fucking throwing a tantrum or something. However, it's now been found out she actually got demoted in Sony 3 months ago, and she's no longer an executive producer, so she has no fucking control over any of this.
Wow.
So it's whoever the fuck replaced her that's being just a fucking cunt.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, that's what's going on with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is dead.
And hope to God they fucking figure their shit out, or you're gonna fucking see shitty Tom Hardy Venom and Tom Holland real soon.
And Carnage.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I have hopes for that movie to be better because they're taking a drastically different creative direction.
Yeah.
Now that the fans have been like, it needs to be this kind of movie. And they're like, okay, so of the 5 samples we gave you in the first movie, do you like column 1, 2? And it's like, oh, you guys really like 3, huh? Okay, make the next movie all 3. Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah, like a choose your own
That's
adventure.
how I fucking feel that shit went down.
You know what I would love for Deadpool 3 to be, or whatever, that when they introduce Deadpool into the MCU, is like the first thing he, like, when they find him or whatever, he's in New York and he's like, I gotta save New York because somebody's missing. Just like there was a really funny run.
They'll probably if he really is gone in the MCU. I mean, it's still pretty new. It's only barely a week old.
Yeah,
there could still be a deal reached in the future, but I would bet going forward in the MCU, it'll probably just be like, ah, man, where's that kid from Queens?
Yeah,
like that's how it would be referred to.
But I honestly think that Deadpool should take up the mantle of not Spider-Man while Spider-Man is gone, and like
that'd be the best,
because there's a really funny run of Deadpool comics where
also their costumes are super similar.
Yeah, exactly.
They're really similar.
So literally the only thing they'd had to do is give Deadpool like a grappling hook, and then he swings around New York with a grappling hook.
I'm just imagining him grappling hook and just like shoots into somebody's leg.
Yes.
And he's like, ah! And just pulls somebody off
somebody off the bridge,
off
like
a building.
Off the, yeah.
And be like, this doesn't work as good as webs.
Yeah. Only I was something like an arachnid man. But that would be a really funny way. Be like, I gotta save New York since so and so is gone.
Yeah, so there's some funny shit on Reddit going on right now. Ever so slight spoilers for Far From Home. So you've seen in the trailers he gets like a black stealth suit, right?
Which looks just like
so
a
in
black
Europe.
jumpsuit.
fucking like this Paris newscaster is like, it's Night Monkey.
Oh god.
And so there's this meme on Reddit that's just like, Sony pulls Spider-Man. Start the Night Monkeys movies. Like just
I would love that
spite.
actually.
Like,
I mean, they technically could. They could even cast Tom Holland.
It would be great. Yeah, it would be great. Anyways, let's move off of Spider-Man topics here. So this has just been a crazy amount of news from Disney's D3. So first of all,
D23.
I got one of the numbers right.
Not right enough.
Apparently. So first of all, Disney Plus is coming, confirmed November 12th.
People are pre-ordering
worldwide.
it. Yeah, they're pre-ordering it at this fucking expo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
okay,
it's a
cool.
big deal.
I didn't read that or see that. I watched some videos here before we recorded.
Excuse me. Ooh.
Further throwing their big dick around. Day one, November 12th. 4K, 4 simultaneous streams, no upgrade. It's all still just $6.99.
Nice, and
which is ludicrous.
So, have they released what the Hulu Disney Plus combo is going to be? Like,
they've released that it's going to be no price.
Okay.
And the part of their thing was, it'll be Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN, and then the Hulu has ads, and there's no way to get the combo without ads, which is really dumb.
It's really odd.
They announced it at their like investor press conference that was videoed publicly.
I mean, I guess it's a good way to like keep people paying more for Hulu,
Hulu, and then also for them to still get yet more money.
Yeah,
because now that they own Hulu.
Which, to be really honest, I'll totally get Disney Plus just to watch Disney stuff, and then keep my Hulu.
Well, and the thing that kind of bums me out is like I would like a Disney Plus with what's the Hulu no ads? Hulu Premium?
Yeah, Hulu Premium.
Hulu Premium, like just as a bundle. Like I don't fucking need ESPN. Like,
No,
I don't give a shit about ESPN.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Sorry, Fork fam, who cares a shit about sports.
I mean, the only sports I really care about is soccer. I love soccer.
Oh. I mean, do they have soccer on ESPN? I don't even know.
I mean, I would
have no idea.
So. I would hope so.
I have no idea.
I usually just go to the bar to watch soccer, though. So.
Is there like an American soccer league?
Yeah, it's what the Sounders are a part of.
I know, but like, what's it called? Like, I know like NFL's National Football League, NBA. Is what the fuck's the name of the?
I actually don't know.
We're Americans,
right?
So anyway, that's crazy news because, as you know, Amazon and Netflix charge extra for 4K and for more streams.
Yep.
So the fact that Disney's just like, nope, one price
for $6,
$6,
$7,
4K day one.
Yeah, plus a absolute metric fuck ton of TV and movies.
Yeah,
day one.
Like I said, their service looks absolutely tits amazing. My question, which I think is the question on everybody's mind, because they've probably got a fuck ton of people waiting on this, is day one, are those fucking whoever they've got their service, whether their own servers or they farmed out to some third party?
Yeah,
are the servers gonna hold?
Well,
because my question, like, so watching Stranger Things, opening weekend, I was constantly getting shittier quality than 4K.
Oh yeah,
just because their servers were overloaded, and that's Netflix. They've been doing it forever, you know. So it's like Disney better have the best fucking tech team on the planet if they're launching day one with 4K.
Not only that, their interface needs to be really
It looks
clean.
really good. They got pictures of it.
Oh, okay. Because, I mean, that was the big thing that... So, I have DC Online, and their interface sucks. Absolutely trash.
Or DC Universe.
DC Universe?
DC Universe.
Okay.
DC Online is the...
Oh, the game.
Is the game that's still alive. Just came out on Switch like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember that. So, yeah, the DC Universe... Absolute garbage interface. The quality of of video was terrible. It was just the first, what, I think 2 months. It just was really, really hard to sit there. Like, I actually stopped watching.
Okay, so that's their interface on TV.
Nice.
So that's what it'll look like on Roku. It looks very much. I mean, it looks just like fucking Apple TV. You. And then on devices, they're showing that off today. Actually, here we go. And then on devices, iPad it'll look really similar, and then on come on, and then on phone it'll look a little bit more like iTunes.
Okay.
Like when you're on your phone.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it looks functional.
Okay. Yeah,
looks like it. Looks like no bullshit.
I'll take it.
It looks better than fucking DC Universe.
Yeah,
that's for fucking sure. And don't get me wrong, I'm not shitting on DC Universe as a service. It's a great service, and I'm glad they added 4K.
Yeah,
their 4K is great. And I'm also glad that they finally worked out their fucking bugs. But their interface is still ass. I was trying to find the next episode of Doom Patrol, and it just doesn't fucking queue up.
Yeah,
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I have to go back to the thing, and not only that, I have to go to browse. There's no just like series tab.
Yes.
Like, what kind of fucking garbage shit is this?
Yeah, it's still kind of dumb.
I don't know who designed that, but they fucking suck.
Mandalore, is gonna
so
be
the trailer for The Mandalorian.
Yeah, the Mandalorian.
Trailer for The Mandalorian. It's launching day 1,
Yep.
November 12th.
And they're releasing their shows weekly instead of binging, which I kind of like.
So they're gonna be like HBO.
Yeah, and I think that'll alleviate a lot of the issues that probably DC and Netflix runs into when they release a fuck ton of content that everybody wants to watch. So instead of having 100 billion people watching an entire series all at once, you have people watching one episode. So it probably cuts down on the issues they'd run into with their server stuff.
Yeah. So before we bounce off The Mandalorian, have you seen the trailer?
Yes, I have.
You have? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna run it then. So I think it looks fucking fantastic.
Looks good.
It looks super fantastic. I totally feel what people are saying on the internet about like, wow, this feels hella Firefly-like.
Well, did you look at
the fucking ship looks like? I was like for a second there, I was like, wait a minute.
Who produced this?
Super.
Is this Joss Whedon?
I mean, you never know.
Noelle looks stupid in my opinion.
It does look stupid. Jessica, she's all
she's
all about that life. Did you see Lady and the Tramp trailer?
No, I did not.
Looks good.
Really?
Like, it doesn't look like campy or shitty. It's period piece in like Paris or whatever.
Why?
It looks. I don't fucking know.
Why was it? It didn't happen in Paris.
Well, it's happening in Paris in this one.
Oh, fuck that.
Looks good. They're doing so they've got real dogs, and then they just like
they taught the dogs how to talk.
They animate their faces. But I'm saying it's not like full CGI like Lion King.
Yeah.
Like it's like them running around with like people. So like they had trained dogs, and then they just CGI'd their faces a little bit. And it doesn't look shitty. Like it looks good.
Like, I don't know. Just
looks good. Anyway.
Dogs with French accents just sound stupid to me.
The other thing that they announced was Ian McGregor is back as Obi-Wan Kenobi in a Disney Plus TV series, unknown release date. But it is officially called Kenobi, a Star Wars story, which is keeping with their theme, with the exception of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And then they announced that that character from Rogue One, Cassian Andor, the thief double trader, the Spaniard guy at the beginning, who's got the droid of K2SO, Alan Tudyk's character.
Oh, yeah.
So they double confirmed his series, and then Alan Tudyk walked on stage, and they confirmed that K2SO will also be in the series.
Oh, sweet.
It's hella prequel, because, spoiler alert, they fucking died in that terrible fucking trash Star Wars movie.
I fell asleep in that movie, actually.
That's because it's fucking trash.
I mean, I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Me too.
And, like, I just was like...
That movie's trash.
Talk about...
K2SO's great. And Cassian's great, actually.
But that's, like... They totally underutilized a powerhouse like Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, right?
Like, I just remember, wait,
He's just the dad.
Yeah,
who gets the shit kicked out of him because he built the Death Star.
and he's actually a Jedi that somehow secretly masses them. Like that's what I thought it was.
No.
Nah, like I said, I fell asleep.
You fell asleep hard.
Yeah, that's fine.
You mentioned a better movie.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I'll keep.
Sorry
that
if I
one.
hurt your delicate feelings about Rogue One. I love you, fans, but if you love Rogue One, know that is the trashiest, terriblest, unspeakable Star Wars film. Sorry, I'd rather watch Episode 1 100,000 times on repeat.
I mean, Episode 1 was. I actually liked it a lot.
I like Episode 1 too.
I just like
hasn't aged great.
No, it
definitely has aged not well.
You know how your brain filters out your eye movements certain ways so that you don't get constant blurred images, and you actually like technically lose about 30 minutes of what you see a day out of a 24.
You do?
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's
crazy.
just the way your brain filters the images that your eyes see.
That's fucking crazy.
That is how I view Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar?
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks?
Jar Jar Binks.
Not
Jar
Jar Jar?
Whatever his fucking name is. Case in point, don't even know his name. Like, I just hear a voice, and it's like, it's the internal monologue of Kenobi. That's how Kenobi talks in his head.
So, my question, though, about the Kenobi, I'm stoked to have Ian McGregor back as Obi-Wan.
Yes.
My question, though, is the fuck is the show going to be about? Because, ever so slight spoilers for the...
it's not spoilers, man. It's like 5 years old.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about expanded universe.
Rebels?
So Rebels.
Yeah.
And then also they did like a whole run of what he's been doing since he was on the fucking desert world. On Tatooine.
Yeah, but...
So they filled it in with the comics and they...
the comics, yeah.
You know,
I always forget about
Endpoint with Rebels.
Yeah.
So, slight spoiler for the comics. It's nothing crazy, but like, dude was doing some Jedi training that he got from fucking Yoda and Qui-Gon, and he was literally cutting up fucking like thieves and stuff that would
Darth
like
Maul.
get near the path of Luke Skywalker. Like, there's a bunch of comics where it's just like, oh, this like trade route's gonna go like right through that little like homestead thing. Nope, Obi-Wan intervened and would like fuck their shit up and then go back to his hut. So it's like,
I'd be okay saying that, like from
I would be too. There's a lot of theory that maybe it'll just go from the end of Solo,
Okay.
and that maybe Darth Maul will play a bigger component.
I hope so. I love Darth Maul, especially from Clone Wars and in Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Super awesome.
Speaking of Clone Wars, they announced that Clone Wars will come out in
2020.
It's like January,
Yeah.
February. So not right away, but we can look forward to that in the new year.
I mean, that's only like 6 months away.
Yeah, and only a couple months away from when the service launches too.
Yep.
So looking really excited for that.
I mean, it sounds like Disney has their shit lined up.
Yeah,
For
they've been ready to rumble.
Yeah, like
And then the big stuff was all the stuff they announced for the Disney Plus Marvel TV shows.
yeah.
So did you hear about all of that?
No, I didn't hear about any of it.
Okay,
actually,
so you
but
get ready to flip.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I saw the stuff on Reddit and Facebook.
You did?
Moon Knight.
Yeah, so
which I'm stoked about. I love Moon
all right,
Knight.
well, let's run through.
Okay.
Hold your temper. Or hold your excitement. So they're doing a Moon Knight TV series, not casted yet. They're doing a Miss Marvel TV series, not casted yet. And then they had the odd thing of when they announced it, they said specifically Miss Marvel, Disney Plus TV series, but will also cross over in the movies. I don't know why they said that specifically on that one, I guess. Probably just PR-wise, because
It's probably
Miss Marvel is that Iraqi Muslim
Yes.
thing, probably, I guess.
yes.
You know?
But they probably want to have a precedent set so that, like, if they're going to invest in these TV shows,
The
like
Disney Plus shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that there is always the possibility that Moon Knight could be introduced in the Defenders if they ever bring the Defenders back with like Luke Cage or any of those.
I mean, that would make the most
fucking
sense.
awesome.
So the thing, though, I don't get... So, Moon Knight, Disney Plus,
Mm-hmm.
but Ghost Rider and then, like, that Flame guy... There's a Flame dude. They announced a TV series a while back. those two shows are going on to Hulu because they're darker. So this Moon Knight's not going to be darker,
That
which
seems
seems weird to me because Moon Knight's whole premise, for
he's
those who
fucking
don't know,
psychotic.
is he's literally psychotic. And by day, he's like a journalist, and then by night, he's a fucking schizophrenic Batman type
Yeah.
who's just like going around murdering.
His
people.
whole thing is, I think that sums him up best. Batman wears black so that bad guys can't see him coming. Moon Knight wears white so that they know he's coming and he's gonna fucking kill him, and he literally does.
Yeah,
Like lots of people.
yeah, and we're not making that up from like a Marvel standpoint. Moon Knight was one of the characters first introduced in the Marvel Knights
Yes.
line of comic books, which were like their hyper violent, super dark shit. So
Almost
like Punisher, Daredevil
yeah.
had a run in there, Elektra, a couple others, that sort of stuff.
Which is really odd that they would go a more PG route with Moon Knight.
I mean, they can still be super dark. I mean, look at how dark things were in some of the Cat movies and Endgame.
That's true.
You know, you can still be really dark with a PG-13.
But Moon Knight, to me, in my opinion, he is like Deadpool. He should have probably a closer to R rating than he should not. Because he does some really fucked shit.
Yeah, I mean, time will tell,
Yeah.
obviously.
It also makes me curious as if they're going to bring shows like Cloak and Dagger into DC, or not DC, into the Marvel streaming and take it away from places like ABC. Or not ABC.
I mean, they are ABC.
Is it ABC?
It's it was ABC Family, which is now Freeform, which is still Disney.
Okay. But, I mean, I would think they would want all those shows kind of centralized.
Yeah.
And help
it's
integrate.
Definitely split up a little bit.
It is.
And then with Cloak and Dagger crossing over onto the Hulu Runaways.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So, and the Runaways isn't even that dark. So, I mean, they could put the Runaways on freaking
Yeah, I mean,
Disney
I've never seen it. I mean, it's on Freeform, so it's supposed to be basically family programming anyway. So
it gets pretty dark too.
That's fine. I mean, I haven't seen it, so
you should. It's really good.
It begs a serious question. So we all know movies are integrated, and specifically on this one, obviously, WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, they're from the movies already, and they're integrated. And WandaVision is supposed to tie into Doctor Strange.
Yep.
But where does that leave Ghost Rider? Where does that leave the Runaways and this other thing? And where does this leave these other Disney Plus shows? Speaking of which, one I'm actually super excited about and surprised that they announced, because I didn't think they had the rights, was She-Hulk.
Oh yeah,
Disney Plus TV series. Like, I'm like, damn, like I'm fucking excited for that shit.
She-Hulk would be really cool to see.
You know, and then there's also I think I've said this before. There's a lot of precedents for Hulk being a TV series.
It should
be with the old one.
Yeah,
you know, and then it's like, well, you know, then it gets really cool, because then it's like, well, now it's down to fan casting. So who do you want to see as She-Hulk? I got a couple right off the top of my head.
Oh man,
because you could go two ways with it. You could go itty bitty good actress, or you could go like an actress that could kick your ass.
Yeah, but She-Hulk is always in Hulk form. She doesn't transform like Banner does.
I don't know how this one will be.
I mean, that's just how That's
I
how
guess
they
it could
always
be a fucking CG character.
I
Just
mean,
like regular Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing is, unless they've changed it recently, like She-Hulk was always She-Hulk.
Yeah.
She just retained her.
Yeah, she was like Bro Hulk.
Yeah.
Game. Yep. Okay. Fine.
Unless it's changed, I don't know. I haven't read the.
Well, either way, you still gotta cast something.
Yeah. Fran Drescher. I don't fucking know.
I was gonna say
I've never thought about it.
Ronda Rousey or Yvonne Strahovski.
Unfortunately, as much as I do like Ronda Rousey, I don't think she has the acting chops.
Well, that's what's good about a TV show. You get to fucking
That's true. And I mean, yeah, Disney got a ton of shit for casting Dave Bautista as Drax.
And yet he's amazing.
His acting,
Drax.
yeah. Well, his other movies are really good now too. They're not tip top, but
yeah. I mean, everybody has to start somewhere. Look at The Rock.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you would never say The Rock is a fantastic actor initially.
Yeah.
We all remember Scorpion King, thank you very much. And we all remember fucking The Babysitter. No, was that Vin Diesel? They both did like a baby secret spy movie thing.
No, that was Vin Diesel. He did
what was the fucking shitty one The Rock did?
I mean, the Tooth Fairy?
He did some.
I mean, there was the Tooth Fairy, there was the Game Plan.
Goofy like that. Yeah, the Game Plan.
That one wasn't terrible.
But
it wasn't great.
Real hammy.
It was.
You know?
It was a more kids movie, but yes.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, those would be my, just like off the top of my head, picks. But I mean, if it's a CGI character, I mean, really, you're casting for voice and face.
Yeah.
So it could be fucking anybody.
Somebody who could possibly do the mocap for the action scenes.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's an interesting prospect, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, or it's just a fucking chick painted green. And she's just fucking like 6'2" and just ready to fucking take your head off.
I mean, that's kind of what She-Hulk was, but
I know.
Oh man, that I would have to sit and think, depending on, like, if it was just CGI,
yeah,
and like mocap, like it would have to be someone like, oh shit.
I mean, I'd want to go like professional voice actress, like the chick, who's the female Shepherd in Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, she's really good.
Fantastic She-Hulk.
Yeah.
You know,
Melissa McCarthy.
Jesus, get the fuck out.
Jenny McCarthy.
But Jenny's not a good actress. Though.
No, she's
like
not.
that's the thing. Like I could kind of actually see her as She-Hulk, you know, like just paint her green.
Yeah,
but like no, we don't need that life. So, but anyway, lots of fan casting for that, and then same thing for like Moon Knight. Who the fuck do you cast as Moon Knight?
Well, people were saying fucking Keanu should be Moon Knight.
Yeah, there's been a lot of rumors about that. Him or Wolverine.
Yeah, I think he's too old for Wolverine.
Yeah, I agree. Especially since they're rebooting.
We need young. They need to do what they did with the X-Men this last time round. Cast young actors. Try to carry the franchise.
Or at least in Wolverine's case, since he was always older than the X-Men anyway. At least like a dude in his 30s.
Yeah.
But anyway, Moon Knight. So my vote, because he's been proven for his wide range, is Michael C. Hall.
Michael C. Hall would make a great...
He'd be a fucking amazing Moon Knight.
Yeah.
He would crush that fucking
He would
role,
be a good... Yeah.
You know? And honestly, not that far off from Dexter.
No.
Like...
you know who else would be really good? The guy who played Ramsey Bolton.
Yeah.
Like, he has got that fucking crazy...
If people's forgotten his face from Inhumans.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Which wasn't a terror show.
Well, since we're fucking on the topic of fucking Game of Thrones actors, so Kit Harington has joined the cast of the Eternals.
Yes, I saw that.
And Gemma Chan has joined the cast of Eternals as well, and she's actually the lead.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
And she was super excited about it. And specifically, Kit Harington's character, not announced, but he's not an Eternal himself.
Okay.
So he's either playing a villain or some other
young
alien.
Thanos.
Ugh. No, just do Brolin. Nobody else can be Thanos, in my opinion. Now, like, it's too good.
Yeah,
as Brolin. Like,
Josh Brolin
nobody
really
else
good.
can be Thanos. Like, yeah. Sorry. But yeah. So Moon Knight, you know, is gonna be cast, and then Miss Marvel,
chick from Power Rangers, who played Princess Jasmine.
Yeah, but she's Indian, and then that would probably piss off the people.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's part Indian. She's
Oh.
UK Indian.
I thought she was Middle Eastern, not Indian. My bad.
She's UK, and she's got a little what's the other blood? I don't remember.
Okay.
The other one. I was thinking of what's her name? She's super tall. She's like a model. She is known for being a famous Muslim. She's in Baywatch as the villain. Might be a little too old though, because technically
Miss Marvel's supposed to be like
usually
a teen.
like super young.
Yeah, she's like late teens. So,
I gotta look this chick up now because
what about the chick from New Girl?
Yeah, I'm down with that because she was actually gonna be in some sort of superhero show on ABC.
Yeah,
And she shot a pilot for it, but then they were like, she made kind of a big stink about it. She's like, I guess nobody's ready for a superhero girl of like my color. It sucks. Yeah, no, she'd be a fine Miss Marvel. I think she's definitely not a teen.
No, she's not.
But like, she's a fine actress.
Yeah.
Baywatch. This chick.
Oh yeah. She was in
a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, this gal.
That's the girl from New Girl.
No, it's not.
Look at it's fucking what's his name from New Girl? Oh wait, no, that's not.
It's not. That's
the dude from Workaholics.
He gets around from everything else.
Yeah, Workaholics.
He's in like a ton of shit.
Yeah, he's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, he is. So yeah, I don't know who you cast as Miss Marvel. I'm thinking they'll probably go hella young, like Tom. They'll like cast like somebody who's done some stuff that's good that nobody's heard about.
Yeah,
probably. Because the other thing about Miss Marvel, particularly the current comic iteration of Miss Marvel, is like she's not like a sex symbol.
No,
like the previous, I think it was pre-80s or 80s Miss Marvel. So it's like just go young and make it interesting. And then the other thing that'll be interesting about that, seeing as they've announced it before Fantastic Four, and her powers are she stretches.
Yeah,
she stretches like fucking.
I don't know if that's her exact power. That there's something
she stretches, and I think she shoots like energy blasts or some shit.
Mm-mm.
Fuck it, I'll look it up.
No, I don't know what her technical powers are, but I don't think it's just that she stretches. I think she can. She can enlarge body parts at will. I don't think it's that she can stretch them.
So Miss Marvel, aka Kamala Khan,
is this the Miss Marvel that is actual Captain Marvel?
I swear to God,
fucking chump! You still owe me sushi from that.
I do,
bitch.
She can extend her limbs. Oh, she's an Inhuman.
So wait, they're bringing in humans back then? I didn't know that.
She's an Inhuman.
Okay.
She got her powers from Terrigenesis.
Okay, cool.
She can apparently heal herself if she's not using her superpowers. So she's not active, she like hunkers down and heal. Like a video game character, I guess.
Yeah, okay. I think she got super tough skin too, or like nigh invulnerable.
Heal from any injury. Basically, she can stretch and she can heal.
For some reason, I thought it was something different.
This seemed like she should have some more powers, but who knows? I don't know. So yeah, so Miss Marvel and She-Hulk and Moon Knight are all crazy cool things. They announced the chick who played Sharon Carter in
Agent Carter?
No, Sharon Carter.
Oh, okay,
not
yes.
Agent Carter. She's going to be in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay, cool.
And then Anthony Mackie said today that he's like, I'm the Falcon. Because somebody was asking, so are you Captain America now? He's like, I'm the Falcon.
Yeah.
Just end statement.
Okay.
He's like, I will always be the Falcon. And I was like, okay, fair.
It's interesting.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, he was supposed
he might have the shield and maybe the more American-looking outfit that he has in the comics.
Yeah. Yeah,
or this is the series that elevates him
to Cap
status.
Okay.
Because I think, unless I'm wrong, I think even in the comics he got juiced up somehow.
Yes, he did.
Because if you think about it, he's really, I mean, he's no more powerful than Black Widow or Hawkeye. He just got cool ass wingsuit.
Yeah, and his little
And his military training,
yeah,
because
his
he
Tech
was
Nines.
wasn't he like a paratrooper diver in Iraq or some shit?
Paratrooper diver.
Yeah, one of them paratrooper divers.
Okay. He was. I don't remember what his technical title was, but yes, he was
something.
He was highly trained military personnel.
Yes,
that is for sure.
That's exactly.
What the deal? Fucking Jesus Christ. I'm really interested to see it. I'm a little bit disappointed that like they didn't maybe like. I was kind of hoping they were gonna go for something War Machine. They may have.
I want a fucking War Machine movie or a fucking show.
Yeah,
because my man Don Cheadle is too great of an actor to just have increasingly bigger bit parts.
Yeah, cameos
in the MCU. Like,
plus War Machine is a fucking he is a really good fucking character.
Yeah, he's fucking amazing. And don't get me wrong, he's not technically savvy, but he's a fucking goddamn Air Force colonel. He's Colonel James Rhodes.
Yeah,
for fuck's sake. And even in, Endgame, spoiler alert, he was out there busting up Mexican drug cartels.
Yeah, that's right.
Like kingpins and, other bad guys and whatnot. And all the times in the other Avengers, he's like, oh yeah. Then I was like at the, whatever dude's fucking compound, and I dropped my tank, and I was like, boom, you looking for this? Like,
I dropped a tank.
And
honestly, when I was really hoping that there was going to be a little bit more like buddy cop banter between him and Rocket in Endgame.
Yeah,
like just like I would love a War Machine and Rocket buddy cop show, essentially.
Yeah, for sure. There were some other actors that were confirmed to be in the Marvel TV series that were reprising their roles. The chick from the first two Thor movies, Kat Dennings.
Oh yeah,
she's gonna be in WandaVision.
Oh cool. Okay.
And then there was like some other actress that was announced for Falcon and Winter Soldier besides Sharon Carter.
Okay.
So it was a chick. She'd been in the films before, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't have a list in front of me. That's pretty much all the. Oh, the other thing was Marvel's What If show, which is animated.
Oh,
which was one of the first ones that was announced. Feige said on stage that one of the What Ifs, he said, happened about the middle of the season, which will be a 2-episode thing, will be Marvel Zombies.
Ooh, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
But then they have to have like Deadpool and Wolverine and
like, well, but they can have Spider-Man.
That's true.
Because it's a TV show.
Yeah.
And Marvel owns the rights to TV.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
Actually, they just take Tom Holland and put him into a Disney Plus TV show? Like the most expensive Disney Plus TV show ever made.
And it's one episode and it's 2 hours long.
Broken into 5 parts. I mean, I'm just saying, right? Like, they own the TV rights.
I'm sure there's probably a couple things with like no compete clauses. Like,
yeah, maybe.
But I mean,
but it's like they have Spider-Man animated shows that have been running for years and years.
Yeah, that's true.
On Disney stuff.
Yeah, Disney XD.
The greatest loophole. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love his movies, but like, you want to give me just like a fucking short ass sweet like 4-8 episode fucking Spider-Man TV show?
That would be pretty cool.
With like, obviously, like, I mean, if you look at the fucking Mandalorian, like, they spent some fucking money.
Yeah, they did.
On that fucking show. I would be fine with that. And they're obviously going to spend a fuck ton of money on WandaVision and the Loki series and like all these other series. Because it's like, they're not chintzying them down from the movie level status that they had.
No, but I'm sure they probably are. They're probably keeping their practical effects or their huge.
Yeah, they're probably bringing it down a little bit.
Yeah, I would imagine that.
But yeah. Well, there you go. We found the solution.
Yes.
Disney Plus, Marvel's Spider-Man. Done. Because it's like, it'd be like the reverse, because the memes going around right now is that the third Spider-Man film from Sony will be called Spider-Man Homeless. So it could be like Spider-Man, uh,
Dude, what if Disney like straight up just ripped off Into the Spider-Verse and turned it into a Disney Plus like TV show? Like the adventures of Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. And then just like
they could totally they could
oh my god,
they could 1,000% do a Miles Morales Spider-Man TV show.
Oh man, that'd be great.
It would be fantastic. They could be just like, motherfuckers, sup, and here's our advertising campaign that's more than the money you'll ever spend. Bah!
Yeah, no shit.
Like, they could seriously go to war and fucking crush Sony.
Excellent.
Like, I mean, Sony brought it on themselves, in my opinion.
Agreed.
As they usually do. And don't get me wrong, I want this to be clear. I do love a lot of things about Sony. I love PlayStation, love their video games, I love some of their movies, you know, but like, historically, it ultimately is a very old, older than, well, no, it's not as old as Nintendo, but it's an old Nintendo-style Japanese company. And the people at the very fucking top made some really fucking stupid, fucking arrogant-ass decisions.
Yes, they did.
You know? Like, historically, like every couple of years, there's something huge.
It's no
and
longer
this is one of them.
It's no longer the PlayStation, it's the Disney station.
The Disney Magic Box.
Jesus. Oh man, that would be so fucking hilarious if they started doing stuff like that.
It would be fucking crazy. Do we have any other D3 stuff to talk about? I was just scrolled through. I didn't see anything else.
I don't think we do.
Crazy. So this just in, the Breaking Bad movie title and Netflix release date have been revealed.
Oh fuck yes! Still haven't finished that series.
So it's called El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie.
Oh god!
And it's this year, October 11th on Netflix.
Okay.
Fuck yes! Very excited. No idea what the fuck it could possibly be about, given the way the series ends. But fuck yeah.
Walt's cancer was keeping him alive, like Deadpool.
Jesus. That would be fucking amazing. Oh man. So then the other giant movie thing, and probably a huge one for our upbringing in the 90s, is they announced a fourth Matrix film.
Yes.
That is coming out in 2021. It's going to shoot the beginning of next year. Keanu Reeves
and Carrie-Anne
Moss are back as Neo and Trinity, respectively, which blows my mind because I it's been a while since I've seen the third movie. I'm pretty sure they both died.
They're fucking totally
They're both dead at the end of the fucking third film.
The only way I could see it happening is that like the fucking Matrix like took their bodies,
absorbed their consciousness,
like uploaded their mind into the Matrix and made them new bodies, and then they send them down to the Undercity, and then they kill everyone like Terminators.
I mean, sure, because if you think about it, what I remember in the trilogy was, and if these are spoilers, this was fucking 17 years ago. If you haven't seen the Matrix trilogy now, fucking get out from under your fucking hole.
Hey, guess what? Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense.
I mean, it's true. The spoiler embargo. Sorry, folks.
Like, yeah, you got like you have like a 2-year period for spoilers. Like that's max.
Yeah.
Like usually I'm like 6 months.
I feel 6 months for TV show, like a year or two for movies.
Yeah.
If it's like good.
Yeah.
You know, like. Anyways, so wasn't a thing in like the second Matrix film, Agent Smith uploaded himself into like a real world body.
Yes, he did.
Tried to fucking murk people.
Yeah, he went to go try
world.
Yeah, he went to try and go kill.
So
Neo.
then you can totally do the reverse.
Yeah.
So, Lana Wachowski is back directing it.
Formerly,
one of the
Wachowski.
One of the brothers. Sorry, folks, I don't know who. Her sister is not returning to direct or write, but apparently had a lot of creative input.
Yeah.
Obviously, since they created it together. Original stunt coordinator, who's also the John Wick stunt coordinator, who totally leaked this shit like 4 months ago when we were talking about like, yeah, I'm really excited after John Wick 3 to be working with
Keanu again.
No, to be working with Michael B. Jordan on Matrix 4. And then they're just like, right. I mean, it'd be cool if they were doing that.
Yeah.
Next question. Which also kind of accidentally confirms Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. What if it
so here's the
here's some backstory for some of our younger folks.
Matrix is great. Y'all are dumb.
No. So Will Smith was originally cast as Neo, but
he was never cast.
They wanted him to be Neo. And instead he did Wild Wild West, which was a great movie in its own right, but it was not The Matrix.
Represent.
So what if the character they had planned for Will Smith is actually the character that Michael B. Jordan's going to play?
No, because Will Smith was going to be Neo. Dude, didn't you see the YouTube video Will Smith made on his mistake on not taking The Matrix?
No, I didn't.
So he was like, oh, these bunch of white boys, all they've made is a lesbian film, and there's like crazy agents, and he was like, I don't see this, man. Like, I'm gonna pass. You know? He's like, and then it came out, and I was like, wow. Well, I done fucked up. Like, but that could have been me.
But that's the thing, is like, the character development for Keanu's Neo and Will Smith's Neo could have been totally
different. Oh, they would have been totally different with Will Smith as a lead. Because could you imagine Will Smith playing that straight?
No.
3 movies? It would be a little funnier, for sure.
Yeah, it would be more along the lines of his character in...
like
Mike Lowry. Yeah, Mike Lowry from Bad Boys. I see it.
It would be like, instead of like bending the spoon from the first film, you'd be like, the truth is there's no spoon. And instead of like Neo being like, whoa, Will Smith would have been like, the hell?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's that. What if that's the kind of thing that they were more going from? Like, oh, this is the Neo we had planned for Will Smith. Maybe we'll have Michael B. Jordan do it.
No, so here's the big rumor that's been going around. So, 2 lead actors. However, no mention of Lawrence Fishburne as Morpheus or Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith.
Okay.
So, the rumor is, especially with the whole Michael B. Jordan drop, is somehow... time travel, young Morpheus.
Okay,
and
that's
Neo and Trinity have to influence Morpheus so the events in the future can happen.
That could be interesting. Little cliched and played out, but I would honestly, I'd pay to go see it in a movie theater. I'll tell you that much.
Or because of how fucking the original Matrix trilogy was, they've thought of something just balls crazy we can't even imagine.
Which is fine by me.
Which I'm all for. But original producers, original concept artists, stunt team, at least the 2 lead actors. Script is written by Lana Wachowski and 2 other guys who worked on Sense8 with her, which is a great series. I highly recommend it on Netflix. It's
been meaning to watch it.
Fucking amazing. Very glad that even though it got canceled, Netflix allowed them to make a closeout movie.
Yeah.
Very satisfying closeout movie, too, for that matter. They wrapped up that series in a nice fucking bow. So it's that, and then I guess the actual author of the Cloud Atlas book that they did a movie of.
Yeah.
So it's like 4 people have worked on the script with the Wachowskis.
Okay.
And specifically Lana.
That makes me excited, more so than I already am.
So a lot of big, high concept, way out there thinking minds.
Yeah.
Working on a genuine Matrix 4.
Okay.
Which, I mean, what do you even call Matrix 4? Matrix Rebooted? Matrix...
No. Matrix DOS 2.0.
Because there's already been a lot of Matrix things that have already taken names.
Yeah.
There's the Animatrix. You can't do Matrix Revisited.
No.
You can't.
What's Matrix Revisited?
That was like the fucking 12-hour documentary that came with the special edition.
Yeah, okay.
Then there was Matrix Rebooted, which was another documentary for Matrix 2. And then there was, I think, Matrix Re-Uploaded was the documentary for the third one. Then they had Enter the Matrix video game,
Yep.
which is in canon with
Yeah.
the movies, along with Path of Neo was the other video game.
Oh, that's right.
Which was also in canon. And then
the MMO.
Whatever the fuck happened in the MMO, the Matrix MMO, which I think is just called the Matrix Online.
Yeah.
So you can't call it online.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like Matrix. I'm thinking computer shit. So we had Matrix, Matrix Reloaded, and then Matrix Revelations. This is the third one, right? Revelations? I think?
Yeah.
Shit.
Matrix. RAM.
The Matrix. Rambo the Matrix.
Oh, it's because I said Matrix the RAM and it picked up my voice and yours.
So we're sitting here with my Apple TV and the Siri remote, and it just came up Rambo the Matrix.
I think it picked up my Matrix the RAM.
That's the greatest thing. Okay, so find me the Matrix. So we got Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions.
Yep.
So you could do Revelations. You could do... Okay, so if we're keeping in the theme...
Ooh, no.
right,
Matrix...
They're all R's.
Yeah.
So it could be Matrix...
I was thinking Genesis. Since it's technically... If it's going to be... Morpheus.
Regenesis.
Yeah.
We got to keep with the R's for some reason. I mean, it could just be called something totally different. Matrix
But if
Genesis
if it's about them influencing Morpheus, Genesis, beginning.
Yeah.
Kinda
But
keep...
then if it's something totally different,
yeah,
you know, like it'd have to be called something like
Matrix.
You could just be
Rambus.
fucking totally on the nose. Matrix Rebooted.
Yeah.
Like,
the new Matrix.
Jesus fuck. That's terrible. But like, so think about it this way. So I've been thinking about this week because I am genuinely excited for whatever this could possibly be as a movie.
Yeah.
Beyond the fact that we're going to see Neo and Trinity Dan, which still blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because it's been fucking 17 years.
Yeah, and
Like,
Carrie-Anne Moss is definitely aged.
She's definitely aged, and Keanu
Still looks good though.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's definitely gonna have to get back in shape. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Whereas Keanu is just gonna be Keanu.
Yeah. He'll have to cut his hair.
Maybe. You don't know.
Just some grubby ass looking Neo. Actually, I would love that.
Hobo Neo.
I stopped the bullets with my crack powers.
Wah, wah, wah.
I need some more crack before I can do this.
Super excited for this Matrix 4 film. But like, I was just thinking about it the other day, and it's like, so, like the trilogy of Matrix, like it was filmed from like 98 basically to 2003.
Yeah.
And at the time, all the special effects absolutely fucking
Cutting
mind-blowing. Both the stunts, the action, the special effects, the
integration
everything
of
that they did, absolutely fucking won awards, groundbreaking. So my thought is like, damn, what the fuck is even 4 gonna look like with the 17 years of Keanu doing even more stunts?
Yeah.
And like much better CGI and much better ability to like execute insane concept art. Because like, one thing that's crazy about Matrix is like they made their concept art come to life 17 years ago when it was way harder to do that shit.
Yeah.
And now it's like, man, like what's it even look like? Does it look more futuristic? Does it look like more detailed? Or does it look like those films? Like, do they fucking like Star Wars it? Like it's new, but it looks like that era. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because the Matrix is hella 90s looking.
Oh, yeah, it totally
Black
is.
trench coats, fucking green, like...
Those fucking stupid sunglasses,
What?
which you had a pair of.
No, I never had Matrix sunglasses.
Yes, you did. You had some fucking Morpheus sunglasses a long time ago.
No. Morpheus has the ones that just sit on the bridge.
Oh, you didn't have those? I thought you did.
No. I had some that were, like, kind of vaguely like Neo's ones, but they were, like, plastic and garbage. Like, I wouldn't call it good, dude.
I didn't say they were good.
Fair enough. But anyway, Matrix 4. Who knows what it's about? Whether it has Michael B. Jordan or maybe casting him out forthcoming, we'll still have Lawrence Fishburne and Hugo Weaving. Who knows?
Yeah, be interesting.
Either way, probably definitely one of my most looked forward to films of 2021. I'm really just excited just to hear like what the gist is.
Yeah,
Like, is it a new revolution? Is it like after? Is it a fucking time travel thing? Like, what?
well, I mean,
Is it?
in the third one, they said that they're like, oh, we've repeated this cycle.
Yeah, they've
like,
done it a bunch of times, so it's like, okay, fine. There's always a one,
Yeah,
and then they always beat the system, and then they do it again
yeah,
because that's the cycle to keep the machines in power. Because somehow the machines haven't invented space travel.
yeah.
Or do you go fucking crazy with it and go fucking outer space, Matrix,
No,
Alien?
I fucking won't do that.
I mean, you don't know.
Maybe I do.
Shh, you don't know.
I
shit.
don't. I know everything.
You don't know shit with your crack bullet stopping powers. Oh man. So I don't know. We'll just wrap up the show with a little bit of video game talk. Not too much news. Gamescom is going on presently. There was a bunch of stuff announced, just nothing particularly crazy.
Yeah,
Or like groundbreaking. Like they showed off some more Death Stranding stuff, and I guess peeing is a legitimate function in the game.
I believe it.
Like there's like a milliliters, and you see it go down, and you like fucking aim it and like whiz.
I
fucking
love it.
Places.
That's totally fucking Kojima.
It's Kojima 100%. I guess he had a birthday the other day.
54.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was that up there.
Yeah, he's. I mean,
but he's Japanese, so he's gonna live forever.
Yeah.
So you know that he's got that in his favor.
Man, just another total fuck up by Sony's part. Or not Sony, Konami.
Yeah.
Just a fucking.
Not Sony this time.
Yeah.
Sony saved it. This time.
Did they though?
I mean, we'll find out if the game's any good. Oh, the other thing, they said the game is like 2 weeks away from being gold.
Really? I mean, that's pretty well within their timeline.
Shit. It's actually coming out in November. So they've got like 2 months of polish.
Yeah.
Or they've already polished and they can do 2 months more of polish.
Which they probably should.
Which, knowing Hideo Kojima, that bitch will be polished. Like, dude does not put out a buggy ass game.
Yeah.
Ever.
I was to say, considering his track record, he is never disappointed.
Well, and now I'm sure it's even more paramount because if it is, like, his career is over.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the other thing.
He banked a lot on this. Like
it's everything. Like he had to start over, and if it ain't
studio,
good,
knew everything.
Yeah.
You know what I think it was? Because wasn't Kojima gonna do a new Silent Hill with Norman Reedus?
Yeah,
and then I got
killed.
And
he was co-directing it with fucking Guillermo del Toro.
So that
which
makes
is why
me...
Guillermo del Toro is a fucking character,
which is fine by me.
Who's handling weird babies.
It would not surprise me that if Norman Reedus and Guillermo del Toro probably swung some weight around to like make this happen as quickly as it did.
I would argue that there's so few people of Hideo Kojima's caliber in the video games industry that anybody would be lucky to fund their
Oh yeah, endeavors. Totally.
There are very few definitive, de facto, whole career, for lack of a better term, Spielberg type characters. Like, there's only a handful I can think of, and it's like fucking John Carmack, Cliff Bleszinski, Shigeru Miyamoto, that guy who made Kirby. Like I can't remember fucking
I don't know who that
like
is.
names even. There's only a handful.
Yeah.
You know, the David Cage guy with
But I mean, that's the thing, it's like Silent Hill was pretty fucking far along. They had like a beta.
Yeah,
like, it was
fully playable game.
It was like up
it
and
wasn't
running.
Glitchy. I have it, but they fucking Konami finally stopped it. I cannot play it.
Oh,
but I refuse to delete it.
Yeah, because, I mean, I would too.
You know, it was really good. It was amazing.
Which is really, really weird.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Fuck Konami. Speaking of fucking not Konami, Igarashi, I think I'm saying it correctly, the guy who was behind the Castlevania franchise. I finally got around to playing Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, which is a total on the nose Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
I mean, I've heard it's just a straight up almost carbon copy.
No. So I actually had somehow not played Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I played every single Game Boy Advance, DS. There wasn't any 3DS ones. And a bunch of the older Castlevania games, like on the Super NES and the NES, on Virtual Console and stuff. But somehow I'd never played Symphony of the Night. I played Symphony of the Night, front to back. Got like 93% or something on it. Did both the shit ending and then the way longer final ending. Because like one of the whole things in that game, which I guess blew people's minds in the 90s, is like you can like go kill Dracula, but it's not really the end.
Yeah.
And then there's like you got to get like some other items and kill some other secret bosses, and then there's like another secret boss, and then they're like, oh, I wish no one controlling Dracula. 90s dialogue, ma ha 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 ha. And then like the whole castle you've been in, like the map inverts. Upside down. Then everything is upside down and backwards, and there's like different enemies. And they put like fucking spikes on the ceiling, and I was always like, because the whole time you're like, man, why are there fucking spikes up there? And then it's like, to kill you, bah ha ha ha. And so I did all that shit and fucked up Dracula with his fucking. He's like really cool. He's like this crazy tentacle, like Evangelion fucking body corpses coming out of his dick with eyeballs, just fucking madness. Killed him. Really good game. Definitely deserves its acclaim. Hasn't aged as well as everybody thinks it does. But I haven't played it before, so you know, I'm coming at that from a modern perspective, though based on having played like a fuck ton of Castlevanias. Been playing Bloodstained a lot. I took the not advised thing of getting it on the Switch. I've played it for 60 hours now on the Nintendo Switch. And the reason is everybody's said like it's got terrible slowdown. The graphics are super muddy in comparison to the PS4 and PC version and Xbox version, like super crap. Other games run at 60 frames a second. This one runs at 30. And so my analysis on that, because I've been playing it, still has not been patched yet. Although they said that they're working on it. Game 100% has muddy textures. Like they're just not up. They're just not as good as the other versions for sure. Control wise, didn't have any problems controlling. I know some people have. I know it runs at 30 and not 60, and the frame rate can chug like a motherfucker. But I'll be honest, when it chugged was on one of the first boss fights against like the stained glass spider. And it was chugging super hard, which helped me because I was basically did the battle in slow mo because he was kicking my ass. Okay. So in that example, but
so it was a feature.
It was a feature. Yeah, I was using the time power. Yes, exactly. It definitely feels like Castlevania Symphony of the Night 2. The story is actually kind of interesting, and is narrated by David Hayter, who is the original voice of Solid Snake in the Metal Gear Solid series, which is a further fuck you to Konami. And then he also, like, not only is he the narrator, but he also plays this dude, like, Gengetsu, who's like this cursed samurai demon hunter with, like, all these, like, you know those like long like Japanese like you know the paper things they put down to like scare away demons, like with like the writing on it.
Oh yeah,
whatever
like
that's
talismans,
called.
I think.
Yeah, like talismans. So he's got them like all over him as band-aids because he's constantly bleeding out.
Oh Jesus!
Because of this curse that won't let him die because of these things that are on him. So he looks like this bandaged up like fucking haggard fucking samurai. 100% just doing the Solid Snake voice. And like he's like a really cool character, but he's also a bad guy, but not quite the bad guy.
Okay.
I don't fucking know.
Like you meet him and then he's like, "Get out of my way! Now we fight." Then you fight. He's like, "Oh, you're a good fighter. Next time." Whatever.
I hear that in David Hayter's voice though.
Oh, it's 100% true. But the game's fantastic. It does have some really shit loading. It's only about a minute. I mean, I've had worse loading.
Anthem.
Yeah, Anthem definitely comes up there. Even Doom on the Switch has some shit loading.
It is the Switch though, so I'm willing to give it
it's
that 5 to 10 minute loading on Anthem on a PlayStation 4 is absolutely.
I was on the Reddit thread and a lot of people were complaining about it crashing. I only had it crash on me once in my 60 hours so far. So I don't know. People on Reddit were like, "You're fucking lucky," because mine crashes like every goddamn 30 minutes. I just didn't have a problem with it. I don't know what to tell people. But yeah, great game. I recommend you to pick it up if you're into Metroidvania type games, since it's from the guy who made Metroidvania games.
Yeah,
like a thing. It doesn't suck. I know a lot of people were skeptical about it because the guy who made Mega Man made Mighty Number 9 and it was terrible and not a good Mega Man game at all, or even like a spiritual sequel. And Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is a fantastic Metroidvania type game. Also, insane amount of RPG mechanics, like from like strength, constitution to speed to movement stuff to gear, headpiece, rings, and then there's just like a fuck ton of weapons, from whips to swords to like throwing daggers to magical enhanced items, spears, guns, like
nice,
just a fuck ton of items. And then there's familiars to catch, and then they have their own level up things.
That's cool.
Like really, really heavy, like probably the heaviest of the Metroidvania games I played in the RPG category, which is good if you're in that stuff. Other stuff I've been playing is No Man's Sky Beyond. Latest update's out. It's amazing. Though a little buggy. They've been patching it almost every day, and then they fix the thing that was broke, but then something else breaks. So that's where it's at right now.
Sounds like programming 101.
Do with it what you will. I played a bunch of it in VR, which was both magical, amazing, and completely terrifying.
I bet.
Because when everything's like your size and you're in a giant galaxy, like, makes you feel real fucking small.
You insignificant.
Like, it's probably what people felt like when actual astronauts go to space. And you're just like, well, I'm just a tiny person in a tin can.
Pretty much.
Let's see what else. Have I been playing anything else? I don't think I've been playing anything else.
I mean, it's a pretty big list.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still on. I took a break. So from the last episode, I took probably a week and a half break from Three Houses because this is my third playthrough.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So I'm still in the same playthrough, but I was like, I need a break because I know all the dialogue. Like, I was a little bit bored just because.
Yeah, because you've done it.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah. So I took a little break, and then last night I started getting into it again and getting through. I'm about where I was the last time I restarted, so I'm kind of getting amped up again for it. I'm excited about that.
Cool.
And then Pokemon Go.
I've been playing a bunch of Pokemon Go too.
Yeah,
I guess the new region is coming soon.
Yeah. I just remember,
but it's not the whole region, and people are pissed.
Yeah,
I guess
it makes sense.
That's what I heard. I mean, I don't even fucking know the numbers of Pokemon anymore. So
yeah, I mean, I'm kind of getting amped up for all that stuff. I remember when I took like a year and a half off from it because I was just like, nothing spawns, and when it does spawn, the catch rates are fucking garbage. Blah 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 blah. And now it's like I feel like Niantic is really hitting their stride with Pokemon. And they shouldn't have fucked around with a stupid Harry Potter thing like they did. Because apparently it's worse than when Pokemon Go initially released.
Yeah, I refuse to play it. It just seems the whole...
Yeah,
I like the idea of a Harry Potter game on mobile. Just not a Pokemon Go type game on mobile. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever. I don't care.
Exactly.
Don't care about
it. And I love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Ditto.
Pokemon Go, like I feel the buildup of the new Sword and Shield coming out, but I'm still
I feel continually like every time they announce stuff about it, I feel a little less.
yeah
I don't know if I like that.
yeah.
Like I'm more interested in like just playing Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon's really good.
I haven't.
I can
played,
loan you. I'll loan you my 2DS.
Well,
Oh wait, you got the 3DS.
Yeah, the 3DS. You got a cartridge for it, right?
Yeah,
You got a fucking cartridge.
I love that. I love Sun and Moon. Fun fucking game. But yes, the more stuff that keeps coming out, like I actually really liked the regional variants in Sun and Moon.
Mm-hmm.
They were really they were pretty well thought out. The Z moves were kind of blah, but now I feel like they're just. I mean, just to repeat the same thing that everybody else is, Game Freak's just getting fucking lazy. Like, some of this stuff that like the regional variant of coughing is super weird. Like the top hat, clean air spewing monster. I'm like,
it is pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's just really odd, and there it feels like there's no consistency in what they're saying and doing with the franchise. And I'm like, oh man, like I had found a love for Pokemon again when my ex's kid was sick one day and he wanted to watch fucking Bubble Guppies for like the 9th goddamn time. And I was like, nope, we're fucking throwing this away, and threw the fucking Bubble Guppies DVD away. And I was like, we're watching Pokemon. And I loaded up the original Indigo series, and then we started playing Pokemon Go, and then we got Game Boy Advance with Black and Whites for him and I to play, and then I was just like, yeah, well, fuck this, let's get some 2DSs and get the newest Sun and Moon. Fucking loved it, and just been really liking Pokemon again, feeling like a fucking an 8-year-old. When was the first game we got? How old were we?
It was 90.
97?
No, it was earlier, dude.
No, when we got it.
Yeah.
Was it really that?
Dude. Okay.
Pokemon came out in like 94.
No, it didn't.
96?
Yeah, about there. 96, 95. Pokemon Blue.
Yeah, because you had Trash Blue.
You had Trash Red.
You had Trashier
96.
Blue. Okay, so
it's also beginning of 96 too.
So I don't think I got it or you got it.
I don't think we got it until summer.
Yeah, like 97.
So I remember it was out and I was just like, fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, getting a Game Boy Color and Pokemon.
The irony
Red.
is you didn't even need a Game Boy Color for it because you guys had fuck tons of Game Boys.
Yeah, we did. We had a red Game Boy, the big old brick, literal brick.
Yeah.
We had like 2 or 3 Game Boys, but I think my parents thought that it would only play on Game Boy Color. Like it was exclusive.
Well played.
And I was like, I was just jacked to have it. Like it was so fucking cool. Yeah. And that's so like I'm kind of teetering on getting Sun and Moon, or not Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. But that would also mean I would probably have to get my son a fucking Switch. Which
Why?
I'm not
You
totally
don't even
against.
have to.
I'm not totally
He
against
doesn't
it.
know anything about the game.
He fucking loves playing around on Sun and Moon.
Why doesn't he play Let's Go?
Because I haven't picked it up yet, to be frank.
I mean, that's the best starter one. It's super simple.
Yeah,
And you can play it with the Pokeball.
it's true.
It's 2 fucking buttons and a stick.
Yeah.
That's what we had. That's what we had on Game Boy.
Yep.
And the
There was
menus
no-
are just as fucking slow.
And there was no strategy. You just ground your Pokemon up to level 100 and killed everything.
I mean, it's true. It's still the same here.
Yeah.
Except,
I mean, there was a little bit...
Except in Let's Go, you can boost because we play Pokemon Go, so you can put the Pokemon from Let's Go in the ball, and then you earn like 1,000 candies over a week.
Man.
And it's like, oh, I'll just put these 10,000 candies, but it's still the same fucking interface. So I literally sat there with the Joy-Con, like fucking for like an hour.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was gonna do all 150, and then I just gave up. I don't even know what's in my Pokeball now. Probably like a Pidgey or something. Fucking so
It's
stupid.
dead.
I ground out the legendary ones though.
Oh,
I
okay.
boosted Mew and Mewtwo and Articuno and Zapdos and all that sort of stuff. But yeah. And now I guess that shit doesn't transfer over, so it's like, okay, well I did all that for nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
So dumb.
Which is another thing that kind of like when that broke a few months
Yeah,
ago.
their whole
Pokemon Home.
not being able to carry the shit. They need to really just they need to not do the remake, Let's Go. And they need to not do like a new game that's in the new like in the same style as their handheld. They need to just do a hardcore full reboot.
Yeah, agreed.
And just do you could even just make it like a fucking like service game. Like Pokemon World.
Yeah.
Version 1. Kanto region.
Yep. And then they add it
and make it open world and like you're an actual dude like you're an actual dude running around in 3D in the new games and then Sun and Moon, but I'm talking like
make it almost MMO.
You can hop a fucking fence by pressing your jump button.
Yeah.
Instead of pulling your Pokemon out of your sack and being like, Scyther used Picklock on White Gate.
I think they need to probably just go more towards that genre of like maybe almost MMO-y.
Yeah, or at the very least make it super single player focused and just Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that would be fucking
and,
awesome.
You know, and I'm not saying every fucking video game franchise should be open world, but Pokemon lends itself to being open world in the same way as Legend of Zelda does.
Yeah.
You know,
and the only reason
we're playing Pokemon Go right now. It's open real world.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, the only thing that constrained them at the time was just not having the ability, like they didn't have the space.
Because it was written in fucking binary on a goddamn Game Boy.
Exactly.
And now it's time to evolve.
Exactly.
And I think...
Did I ever show you that Sun and Moon fan-made trailer?
You mean Sword and Shield?
No, it was Sun and Moon.
What?
For the game? Really good.
Like a fake trailer?
It was a fan-made one, but it looks like somebody who just like produced it. Really well done.
I mean, is it just CGI? Or...
No, dude, it's just fucking Jesus Christ.
What? I don't know.
Obviously, I did not show you. You could have just said no.
Well, I didn't know what you're talking about. I thought maybe it would...
The question was, have you seen the did I show you this fan-made trailer? And you were like, well, what is it? Just say fucking no or yes. Jesus. Not that fucking complicated. I'll show you later.
Okay.
I'll show you later.
Because it's hot as balls in here.
Yeah,
I'm ready to end this fucking show.
Yeah,
my back is sweating. That's terrible. I hope the audio quality is not as shit this week, fans. Let us know. I'll keep dialing in stuff. And trying to change it up to appease your ear holes. Without further ado, I'm not even gonna pimp anything. That's how badly it's so hot and sweaty in here. Peace out. I'm Tim.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast. You can find our podcast at www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Feel free to email us at dynamicworks@mac.com.
This is Dominic Armato, the voice of Guybrush Threepwood, and you're listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast.
The Citadel, Arrival, is the first installment in a series of epic science fiction short stories reminiscent of the Pulp Fiction style. It's a fast-paced story that will take you through twists and turns that you will not expect, until they are thrust upon you with all the force, excitement, and chaos of a plasma cannon blast. The story follows Katarl, a nobody cog in the working wheels of a futuristic society run completely by Megacorp, a corporation that carefully runs and manages the lives of the people living under its sphere of power. On one of Katarl's few and far between days off from work, an outing he had hoped would be fun and relaxing turns into an explosive adventure that drags him kicking and screaming into situations and challenges that will make him question every aspect of his life. Watch this colorful tapestry unfurl as Katarl and his newfound allies find their way through this classic, yet oddly surprising tale of good and evil, where nothing is quite what it appears to be.
That's The Citadel, A Rival by author Tim K.A. Trotter. Available right now on Amazon Kindle Store and iTunes iBookstore for only $2.99.
Okay, this is a test for background sound to see if this really does cut out all the motherfucking echo. That is the hope. Alright, this is a test with, oh shit, it's coming through the other side. Well, anyway, this is a test to see the background echo and sound isolation of this. Maybe if I put this more in a cone thing, perhaps? That's a good question. I don't know. Okay, test. So the microphone gain should be down all the way, and the sound dampener thingamajiggy is kind of a little bit like a crimped V shape right now. So we're going to see how this works here. So, yeah. I have all the fans going, minus the AC. Turn off like a bunch of the shit. Also to the left. This is testing the natural echo. I'm gonna turn the fans off and change things. Hear how things go. Okay, we're going to the rear door. Big fan coming in. Closing the door. Walking in front of the mic. Going over to the side guy here. Talking directly dead center on the mic. Moving over to remove the final fan. Okay, so the only thing going here is the fans and the hard drives in the computers. And I'm just talking at a normal talking volume, and we'll see how that is. Okay, I'm going to try to manually adjust the gain here. So from the bottom, we're going to go quarter up. Adjust the shield so it's out, flexing. Just the microphone so it's down more. I'm trying to raise the gain to get the volume up, to get the things going there. No fans running. The only thing running is the ProBox fans in those computers. And that's what I have going on. Just talking in a normal tone of voice, not even like a radio speakery voice. Okay, this is a 50% gain adjustment, and I'm going to move the microphone way the fuck closer to the couch. I'm sitting a little bit to the right angle because Brock would probably be on my left, and I'm talking in a regular tone of voice. I can hear the echo from the back of the room just a slight bit, so I imagine it's amplified more on the mic, but I have mic settings and noise floors for that, plus physical disruption, so we're going to see how that sounds. I can hear myself a little bit through the headset all the way in the back. Alright, so we're going to try this out. Alright, so I'm going to do a proper test here. You know, what's going on, guys? This is a test for the Forking Area podcast with the sound Konam thingy, as well as noise floors and all kinds of other stuff. Welcome back to another episode. This is not a real episode. You have been fooled. Bah ha 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 ha. Alright, so we're just going to try this. Actually, without. Actually, I don't know how to move it from my mic stand. I think it sounds a little better. I think it sounds a little better than it did, and I'm sure if I get closer and talk quieter, it's probably better because it's really meant for one person at a time. But I tried to get a jumbo one to fix this. So, we'll see if that works.
mean, it'll work for one person, obviously. But 2 people, yeah. I mean, there's going to be some echo. Because I can't soundproof this fucking room. God damn it. Okay, sitting back, just talking normally. Talking like I would if somebody was next to me. Talking on the right side. Talking on the right or on the left side. There will be some echo because obviously my voice is going around the sound cone thingy. So that's what's happening. I think I should have gone with partitions. But those are expensive. Okay, this is with 75% gain. Trying to get some more stuff going on. Man, I can really hear the echo in my fucking headset across the fucking room. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous, I say. Gonna be talking Disney Plus. Gonna be talking all kinds of crazy shit. I'm trying to be a little more excited, like I would be talking normally. Is this normal? Maybe I need to raise the mic up. That might be a thing. I'm gonna try to do that. Raise this picture up. About there. And I'm thinking, if I pull this bitch in way closer, I'm thinking that's gonna be a bit better. What do you guys think? You tell me. Tell me what's up. Does that sound better? Okay. So talk like you would. Aim for the this fucking ridiculous fucking shield shit.
It's so dumb. Hello. How are you?
Jesus fucking Christ. Absolutely terrible. Super trash. We're at 75% gain. I was trying to boost the gain. It gets a little bit of the back echo, because obviously I think we're supposed to be closer. It's really meant for like one fucking person.
It's meant for like fucking singing in your garage.
Well, that's not what's happening.
I know. So who's trash now?
Somebody is trash. That's for sure.
Someone who doesn't know what Miss Marvel is.
As I fucking catch the fucking thing.
Nicely done.
Wreck it. So
ruin it. Just the worst. Yep.
Okay. That's 50%.
What are you fucking with on it?
The gain.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Because there's like, so I have like, if you look on the second meter, and you see there's like a bunch of blue with writing, every fucking one of those is like a thing that affects your S's and the echoes and the sound.
I gotcha.
Decibels cut off at a certain range.
Decibels.
Those decibels. Alright, so this 50% gain on the mic with the filters. I'm pointing my voice towards the thingamajig. Brock is saying nothing.
I'm pointing my voice straight into this delicious bottle of Cayman Jack.
Yeah, this podcast should be sponsored by Cayman Jack.
Cayman?
Fucking buying out their fucking stores.
Yeah, no shit. I'm surprised Costco doesn't carry it.
I think it's because it's new.
Could be.
They've only been around like a couple of years, and I think they've just really hit their peak. Like, this is our product. We've got this and mojitos.
Market saturation or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, they obviously must be getting more popular because Fred Meyer had an extra like 3 rows rather than just like a stack.
Nice. That's cool.
What?
Just that Fred Meyers has it. Oh, I was just reading the
Oh,
stuff.
you're looking at it.
Yeah, I was just reading the stuff.
Look, you look at it. Let's see how that sounds.
Oh shit, this contains alcohol? Super fucking loud.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, good. Okay.
should probably grab my phone too. So.
Yeah, I mean, I got my iPad here if you want to use that.
Oh, it's fine. I just had it on the charger.
What?
Jessica. I just saw someone walking up.
Her.
See who it was.
Yeah, she went to the store like
4 hours ago.
Yeah, I was gonna finish Gravity Falls, but then like I didn't realize that like the final episode was both a 3-parter and then the last episode was like a fucking hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
Did Jessica not like Gravity Falls?
No, so we're recording. It's fine. So I bargained with her this morning because she's like, I'm fucking hungry, and I was like, I'm fucking sleepy. And then like we kind of had like not quite awake sex, and then I was like, cool, and I was like, so breakfast? She's like, yeah. And I was like, shower before breakfast? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, can I finish Gravity Falls to eat breakfast? And she's like, how many episodes? And I was like, I think I'm on the final one. And then by the time I got to the 3rd episode, and then I saw the time, and it was like 62 minutes or something, she was like, I'm gonna go to the fucking store. And I was like, okay.
How does she not like Gravity Falls? That show is amazing.
She never started it. She was paying attention at like the first one. Because I'm on Weird Mageddon.
Yeah.
And everything. Dude, that shit is fucking some straight horror shit. Like the fucking Nathan Fillion's character, and he like swapped like the ear holes with his mouth holes.
And his eyes.
And there's and like the butt hand was like, Jesus, I can't believe Disney let some of this shit. And then the Time Baby.
Oh, yeah.
And then that dude from the Weird Mageddon was like, you just straight up killed that baby. And I was like, kill and baby in a Disney show. I can't even believe the time we're living in.
Love that show. It's amazing.
Yeah. Let's start a show. We got a lot of entertainment stuff. I'm not gonna roll dice. There's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Cut in.